Maybe that's too loud. It's probably fine. Hopefully it's not too loud. I hope it's not too loud.
Oh, I hate you.
Welcome to Shadow Alley. On this channel, we talk about horror movies and silicone masks and other creepy things. So if you're into that sort of stuff, feel free to subscribe and stick around. And today is one of those creepy things days because I did, in fact, buy a new mask. However, it is not a silicone mask. I generally buy only silicone masks. I like the way they look. I like that they have a little bit of a translucent quality, that the light doesn't bounce off of them. It kind of absorbs into the material like real human skin. It actually moves with your face. Can't say enough awesome things about it, but occasionally I find a latex mask that I think is equally as cool and I need it in my collection, and this is one of those days. And if you are a member of the latex mask community on Facebook, you would have probably seen this and other masks from this company. The company is named LMB Masks and Effects, and they have an Etsy page, and I will link to it down below. Go check it out because the masks that this company is cranking out are, in my opinion, second to none. I mean, I think painting a latex mask is a little bit harder to make it realistic than silicone masks. So if you find a quality company that is painting latex masks and it looks this freaking real, that is a rare thing and something that I think we should be really looking into, because this thing is damn near movie quality ready, and it's a fraction of the price of a silicone mask. Probably less than half the price of a silicone mask. But the paint job is what really gets me. I mean, the blood on this, and again, I don't know if you can see that, but it looks more realistic to me than most of the silicone mask blood that I see. I mean, this blood, it looks wet, it looks sticky, it looks disgusting, it looks like real flesh. The paint job is amazing. And one thing that I usually don't like about latex masks is they're usually made really large so that you can just easily pop it over your big head. And so that one size kind of fits everybody's head. LMB Masks and Effects is not doing that with their masks. They are making them a little bit more head appropriate size. I mean, this is essentially the actual size of a human head, which means it's gonna be a little bit harder to get on and off. You're gonna really kind of squish your ears to get it on and off. And once it's on, it's really gonna be tight up against your face. But because it doesn't look like a big, huge, oversized bobblehead that moves independently of your body, it looks just so much more realistic. And if it's sitting too close to your face, you can just cut little pieces of foam and put it inside of the mask so that it holds it out away from your eyes a little bit so that it's a little bit easier to see. But for one, I think their entire line of masks, and they have so many cool ones on their site, please go take a look at them. All of their masks are awesome, and I think they are really nice pieces just to have in a collection on a shelf. But let's see how it actually looks on camera, whether or not this thing is believable on camera like we always do it in really bright lighting and a little bit more movie appropriate lighting. So let's go take a look. Okay, even with the super bright lighting, you are obviously gonna be able to see the neckline here. You can tell that there is a mask because the neckline is a clear giveaway between the mask and the wearer. But the eyes, they created the eyes on this mask so small and so interesting that even with all this light, it is really difficult to see the actual mask wearer's eyes. It's kind of amazing what they're doing. And with very minimal work, like wearing a really high collar or being off in the distance, I think it would be really easy to hide this neckline. And if this company were to make one that went down a little bit further, I think it would be unbelievably cool. But let's take a look at it in a little bit more movie appropriate lighting as well. Okay, so now the eyes, obviously impossible to tell it's a mask there. And again, with the neck, you'd have to do a little bit of hiding, and I didn't want to button up the collar on this all the way, but you could do some things to hide the neck area so that it would look that much better on film. But also you could have this thing shot from the back with the high collar, or shot from the side with the high collar so you can't see where the mask ends, and this thing would look pretty darn believable on camera. Or if you made this up as a dead cadaver so that you could control where the clothing is laying, this thing would make a really cool dead body. I think there are tons of uses for this thing, and it looks amazing. So again, it's a very rare occasion on this channel that I'm not talking about a silicone mask, but I think that these masks from LMB Masks and Effects are top of their game. They are so realistic. You really need to see one of these in person to see just how visceral and grotesque the paint job and the blood actually is on these things. They are really cool. They make a great display piece. just like this, and I might get a few of them just to display because they look so cool. But if you wanted to film with this, I think this is damn near camera ready. With very little or minimal work, you could have this thing in a movie and be pretty darn believable. So if you were into all this weird, gory horror stuff, then please do all of those things you're supposed to do to help a channel grow, and I'll see you in the next one.
Too loud.